Produced by Christopher Nolan and directed by Zack Snyder, Man of Steel brings Superman back to the silver screen.
Hi, I'm Henry Cavill, and here's a scene from my movie, Man of Steel.
Goodbye, my son. Our hopes and dreams travel with you.
He'll be an outcast. I'll kill him.
How? He'll be a god to them.
What was important to you while you were creating your Superman?
It was doing justice to the soul of Superman.
What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended?
What's special about Superman is his soul.
What if a child aspired to something greater?
We've got to focus on giving that to the audience as the actor who's playing him and allowing them to see that it's more than just the combination of superpowers or the things that he does. There's something special about it which is just unquantifiable.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son.
Why do you say your characters made great parents?
Well, for lack of being corny or whatever, being unafraid of being corny, it was very grounding. I mean, you need that deep keel to go so high. You need that frame of reference to invest in so that when you see him as an adult facing these moral dilemmas and making decisions that they're rooted in something we've experienced emotionally that we've seen.
This exceptional boy was raised by very normal parents who are not overachieving parents. We have a barn and there's a lot of love. That's pretty achieving in this world.
Mrs. Kent, I'm Lois Lane from the Daily Planet, and I'd like to talk to you about your son.
The father figures dominate our story, and it's sort of how Kal-El has to come to exist in this new world and sort of choose which side of him is going to dominate himself.
And I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason.
He is this larger-than-life character that's come to Earth, and he's asked to save us, you know? So and even in the original Superman, all that image, all that's there. It's not, I didn't make that part up, you know, that's just part of it.
You owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we were true to sort of the original intent of the comic book.
How do you find someone who has spent a lifetime covering his tracks? For some, he was a guardian angel.
Well, I think that in this incarnation they've included her a lot more, so she's not sort of on the outside of the truth, she's right in it, so it allows her to be more a part of the solution, and instead of just, you know, being in distress because she's got herself in trouble doing something, she's part of the action, like she's really, you know, been entrusted.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards.
I play the character of Jor-El. He's in, you know, mortal fear of his planet. It was actually a very complicated read, and I just wasn't expecting that from a Superman script, you know? So I was just really into it.
They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall.
Was the costume, was it more of a hindrance or a help?
Definitely a help. The costume holds a certain kind of power, apart from the magic of what it is, of what people put into it when they were putting it together. In people's minds, it holds a power.
The base layer of the costume, which is just the Superman-y bit, you know, was cool, right? So like all the tank work, you know, going to get the codex and all that, where I'm just wearing that stuff, that was cool. The ceremonial robes are probably the most problematic costume I've ever had in my life.
It gives me that idea of the character, and I felt great and strong in my outfit, even though it is hot and it's very tight and it gets heavy after a while.
There's something incredible about walking onto set wearing that costume, and people behave differently. Like, they just saw me out of costume, and then I put the costume on and come back, and the relationship changes. And that's the amazing thing about it, so definitely a help.
The holy grail of the rehearsal is still out there.
Well, you have this fantastic cast. So as their director, how did you go about guiding them to really breathe life into your side of the Superman saga?
The thing that's amazing is that they all worked really hard to make sure that their particular part of the story was bulletproof and awesome. You'll turn and then you just press on.
If he wanted something, he definitely asked for it. You know, and he doesn't look for credit. He doesn't act like he's guiding you through something, when in fact he is.
He's got the whole movie already in his mind's eye, so he knows what he needs.
Boom, come on.
It's so silly because it feels like I shouldn't need this, but Zach says awesome after every take that goes well, and it really, like, someone can give you all of like really fantastic direction that, you know, feeds this and that, but just to have someone say after you act, that was awesome, like, that feels really good.
One more, just like that, right? In truth, you know, it's just an honor to get to work with them because they're just awesome.
But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
What type of training did you have to do to get into character?
Huge amount of training, different styles of training depending on what I was trying to achieve at the time.
Went through 4 months of, heavy training. Sometimes it is very painful because your body would just say, oh, I'm tired and don't want to do it. But no, we play superhumans here, so you have to sort of understand their powers rather than just imagining it.
Mark Twight and Mike Blevins from Jim Jones guided me perfectly through that, and I can't thank them more, because without them, I don't know if I would have done it.
What we wanted to do is really make you feel like there's like an alien living among us. Comic books are like modern mythology, you know, and the ancients had, like, you know, they had gods that they invented to explain, like, oh, there's lightning, there's an earthquake. And we have our modern problems, and, you know, maybe these comic book heroes help us to understand our modern problems a little bit better.
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about
Excuse me.